War is a word regrettably frequent in world history. During wars, we are capable of infamously stupid actions: murder, rape, destruction, torture, and so on.
In almost every war story, we can find an eventful cause, a murder, an attack, a border transgression, and so on. There are usually two or more leaders blaming each other, and thousands or millions of victims and deaths. Eventually, there is a group we can call victorious, but not a winner, because it has lost just as much as the opponent. However, there are many things that happen before and after a war.
First, we have to remember that war is not made by leaders, the small groups that declare it, or those who strike first. War is an expensive endeavor. It requires soldiers and claims many of their lives. Guns, money, scientists, engineers, strategists, advertisers, and so on. Therefore, it implies the cooperation of a significant part of the communities or societies involved. War is a community endeavor.
On first instance, we can feel detached from the desire for war. But if we observe history, we can see that practically every human group in the world has participated in several wars. War is closely related to our sensations and emotions. War starts before the first shootings.
It starts with speeches that prepare society to justify the madness, violence, and waste.
Sometimes this happens rapidly, fueled by the direct aggression from some other human group. Other times, it grows slowly, force-fed by speeches of superiority, justice, progress, sacred design, and so on.
We have all felt despair, fear, anger, and powerlessness, or the pleasure of defeating someone in a test or specific skill. War speeches take advantage of these and many other human emotions.
War and violence present themselves as a necessary reaction for the anxiety that these emotions create.
That is why wars come and go throughout history. They feed on the very emotions that are intrinsic to our own existence.
Given human nature, peace is a fruit that without nurture only grows seasonally.
Before war begins is the best and most convenient time to prevent it.
What would become of war if there were no soldiers that gave their lives?
If the so-called good guys met their opponents and instead of enemies called each other friends.
If the groups that are supposed to confront cooperate.
What would become of war if we acknowledged that the best way to understand faith, nation, liberty, or justice is to share them and not impose them?
What would become of war if the response to a stranger was a smile and not fear?
If things were like this, war would not exist.
That is what Sow-Peace is about, to make war never happen again.
The way to achieve this does not depend on the government, army, or UN. It depends on us, the society that fosters our leaders, our soldiers and politicians, the scientists and engineers who design the weapons, the workers who build them, and the communicators who repeat the speeches and propaganda. It depends on us, the ones who support, pay, and suffer war.
War is a community endeavor. Avoiding it is too.
Join us.